Hello and welcome to Rage Quit. My name is Jay, and today we're going to be talking about Games Workshop's new releases and price adjustments, which is an interesting way of saying price rises. Let's admit it, that's what it is. Anything else is incorrect. Nothing is going to go down. It's all going to go up. It is an adjustment, but a one-way adjustment. And a bit of me wonders why you would do this right now. But I sort of understand why you also would do it right now because of all the COVID-19 stuff. Like, it just feels like this is a weird time to do it. Like, especially considering you've been making a lot of profits, in the last couple of years. Surely now would be the time to say we appreciate, like, people might have lost their jobs and stuff like that. Maybe we'll hold off and do it in 6 months' time. That's when I see this is my initial thought. Anyway, let's just bloody look at the thing. Come on screen. So this is the thing they put on about an hour ago. Price adjustments. That just cracks me up. Price rises. So there's going to be new releases. They needed to do the start of the new releases because on Saturday we're almost certainly going to get a new edition of 40k. Like, almost certainly, I think. So, so about 400 out of about 3,000 Warhammer products are going to go up in price, basically. That's it. The rest are staying the same, and you can see them in this one handy place. I like this because it's like we're going to capitalize on us rising our prices by trying to get you to buy them now. They're not exactly losing money on the stuff now. Otherwise they wouldn't even announce that, would they? So, I would personally not recommend buying them now because I feel like it's a little bit manipulative to state that. Anyway, I went on the list of products, and there's a wide gambit of products, not just one thing or another. And my first reaction, the first three products you see, these three products, which are already like 90 odd quid, and you're like, it's already pretty expensive, guys. Go on. I don't know how much they'll be going up to. That'll probably go to 95, 100. Obviously, I don't think it actually mentions regionality, so this will be across the board. I know you people in Australia, New Zealand, getting, some prices are obviously insane in certain areas. And part of the reason for that is they talk about how it's Nottingham, the factory in Nottingham. So the fact that it's made here and we have to ship it to, as in the UK, it has to get shipped to Australia. That's obviously the reason for the cost, whereas it was in China. The distance is not as far, obviously. So, I say obviously, depends how good you are at geography. But yeah, my first reaction was looking at these, I was like, none of this is cheap. Do you know what I mean? Like, none of this is of low value where it's going to be like 20 quid to 22.50 or something. Some of them actually are. It was just funny that the first ones are like very expensive. I say very expensive. It's a hobby at the end of the day and a luxury item. So is it really that bad? And basically the fact that it is a luxury item is the reason that Games Workshop does this, because they say if you can afford £90, you can probably afford 95 or 100. Essentially, it's more complicated than that. There's price elasticity and all that kind of stuff, and proper economy going on about it. And there's always a debate when we talk about this whether or not they should do it, etc. But that's just what it is. They're going to raise the price on some things. Whether or not you think 50 quid for Land Raider is expensive is neither here nor there. I do just find it funny that the top things are like 90 quid already, and they're always going up in price. So yeah, there's like literally 400 items here, so yes, I'm not going to scroll through all of it, but so that is the core of the news here. I understand, obviously, if the economy is suffering, and I think there's no doubt about that, we're going to have massive recessions, like global recessions, I would guess, if we're not already currently having the global recession. So with that in mind, and the fact that we're at the start of that, it just feels like slightly odd timing to do this. As I said, especially as Games Workshop's like profits and the stock price and stuff like that was going up. I haven't checked what they've been doing during COVID-19 because obviously not everybody's is down, Zoom's up, but a lot of companies like dropped and stuff like that. So I find the timing of this to be the most like egregious thing almost possible. I just feel like they could have waited even 3, 4, 5 months, something like that. probably had a bit of a less impact. Now, they know they're going to get hate. People willingly, blindly will come on the internet. I'm going to be like what I'm doing now. Just be like, I can't believe Games Workshop will do this. But the reality is, like, Games Workshop's a business, and they need to maintain that, that stock price that everybody's raving about. You maintain that by consistently making more and more and more profits. That's capitalism, right? In a nutshell, you need to make more and more and more and more profits. And you can hate the system or whatever you like, but it doesn't change at the moment unless you are like, a politician and actually have the power. But so it's not. The Games Workshop don't do anything crazy by increasing their prices because they are held to the stockholders, stakeholders, whatever you want to call them, and the customers are essentially secondary. Like, if they could make the same amount of profit by only having one customer, obviously they would do that. It's more of a fine balance between that. You need to have enough customers who are doing it, and as I mentioned, that price elasticity. I don't want anybody, don't try and correct me because I don't care, but basically some products you can change the price quite often and drastically, and the number of buyers doesn't change. If you're addicted to it, like plastic crack is the old joke, isn't it? But basically a lot of people who play this game and buy the models will not care about the price increase, so they won't be bothered. But my problem with that is there'll be some people who played Warhammer, who played 40k or Kill Team, whatever it is, who possibly lost their job due to COVID-19 or whatever and will now be like, oh, well, maybe I could have bought two things, but maybe now I can only buy one because maybe they're going to get another job, but maybe that job's not going to pay them as much. There's so many variables and circumstances that could be that. I don't want to talk too much about it. I just find the timing of this one really peculiar. Now, as I said, I know that when everything's dropping, they haven't been making. Games Workshop will have 100% suffered due to COVID-19. They were not doing their weekly new releases. And I'm assuming that those are big, big sellers for Games Workshop. So the fact that they haven't been able to do that would definitely have been a kick in the nads. However, to then be like, right, well, we'll try and turn things around now. I just feel like they could have waited a little bit longer. They might have already planned this, but yeah, I've got no words for it. I just find it so peculiar in that sense. Like, I completely understand it. Like, they're obviously not making as much profit as they used to. They want to make more profit. It boils down to that. I have no qualms with it. It's bitter. It's bitter, this one. Not. It's just a little bit bitter, I think. And the weird thing is, they've done this 2 days before they probably announce a new edition of 40k. So they know that the hate that they're going to get is going to get washed away literally in 2 days' time. It's like, when you see governments that release bad news at the same time they release like bad news just before something major happens, good news or whatever, and the bad news gets buried. I mean, I'm just saying, is that not this? Is that not this? I mean, it is. It's weird. I'm not even. I'm coming across really annoyed. I'm not that annoyed. I'm very like. I don't know what the word is. I'm suspicious of this act, and I think the timing of it is questionable in a few different ways. That's it. That's all. That's it. I mean, yeah, that's it. By the way, if you like me talking about this, please like the video. Obviously, I appreciate nobody's going to be like, Jay, I'm so happy they're upping their prices. Like, obviously, I don't think anybody, unless you work for Games Workshop or are making money off that somehow, is going to be like that. So if you like me talking about it, like the video, please. And if you're not subscribed and you're interested in wargaming, please do, because I mean, you will not get hot takes like that, I guess, anyway. Just being like, they shouldn't have done it because of COVID-19, and the timing of it is like they're going to bury bad news with good news, but with 40k. Goodbye. Have a beautiful day. Goodbye.